Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Marquita from At Home with Quita. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a flip through of my newly refreshed faith planner. I did show this on Instagram, but now it's time for me to share this with you guys. So if you're new to my channel, I hope you'll stick around and consider subscribing. I also hope that you guys will give me a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. So let's dive into this flip through. If you want to see my faith planner and everything that I have set up there, make sure to keep watching. All right, so again, we are showcasing my new faith planner setup, but first and foremost, let's talk about that cover. This is the Notique cover. You guys know that I love all things Notique. This is the lizard cover, which I showcased on my channel before when I did the unboxing of all of the new items I got. I feel like I need to move it off to the side because sometimes when you do black, that much black in the middle, it throws the color balance off. So you can kind of see the pattern right here off to the side. It's so stunning. It's got the gold here. And I love it. It's classic size, so I am back in a classic, although I did use classic most often for my faith planning because I just need maximum amount of space. And so that's what we've got here. So let's go ahead and open this up. I love the way it's set up. It's so functional for me. And I'm going to zoom you guys out because you guys need to see everything. I'm not used to filming classic size. There we go. So I had to actually change the lens to my wide angle lens. So this is so pretty. I love how neutral it is. I am really loving being back or being in a classic right now. Something about it. And this is my first classic cover. So I've never had that before. I always just had the classic planner with the regular cover that was laminated. So first and foremost, on the left-hand side, as you see, I've got some pocket love there. So I've got some of our squares here, and these are perfect for just dotting some important points. I have it clipped with one of our hexagon paper clips. And then I also have my service card here. So these are all the days that I am going to be going in the ministry for April. I love these. These are new from the shop. And then I also have our new sticky notes with the rose pink header. And I just don't think you are going to get the true sense of how gorgeous this is. I love the color. And so I keep that tucked in here so I can jot some random notes as well and just stick it onto the page so that way I can see it right in front of me. If there's an important scripture or note that I want to take note of, those are perfect for that. And then I have the courage card from Notique and the strength card from Notique as well. I have one of our notepads here with another hexagon rose gold paper clip attached. There's nothing here in the pockets just yet, but I'm sure I will fill it up. And just to show you guys how thick she is, she's got a lot going on. But whose faith planner doesn't? You should have a lot going on, right? All right, so now that I showed you what's there, I have our 1.50 discs here with a frosted cover. And as you see, it gets a little bent because there's so much in here. And so it's that's just what happens over time because of the way the paper is. It just gets a tad little bit bent, which is okay. So let's open it up. As you can see from the outside, you can see just a little bit peeking through. So I've got a frosted no tab dashboard here. This is what I typically use to put the adhesive pockets on to be able to do task cards and things like that. I have that here just because it's going to serve as a protective sheet. And so that's what's up first. And then we have our year's text for 2021, which is Isaiah 30:15. And so I have that there. And as you can see, it's got some layering going on, one of our magnetic page markers. And then behind that, we have grid vellum. I love grid. Actually, this is grid. All of our vellums come either vellum printed, cardstock printed, or clear printed for the most part. And so this is actually cardstock printed. And so that's what I've got just clipped there. And then we have a color code key, which is blank. I am just using this just in case I want to revamp some things. I'll have an extra one in here. I just added some grid washi there. And then we have some vellum. This is the 2021 vellum. I did mark a date with our transparent circles. The 27th of March was our memorial. So of course that was an important date. And then we get to the table of contents, which I'm still working on filling in. In our shop, we have faith specific inserts, which you're going to see in here for my faith. And then we also have standard faith planner inserts for any faith. So this is a part of the standard. So it starts with a table of contents and I have a few pages of that. I am going to fill that in. And then we get to the first divider dashboard tab. And let me just show you all of those so you can see what subjects I have there. So I have calendar, this week, daily text, ministry, goals, ideas, family worship, personal, publications, scripture, character, and historical. So that's all of the divider tabs. And I just added our clear stickers on top. So that way it would just look very chic and sophisticated. So I love how that looks. And then, so this is the calendar section, but I have an adhesive pocket stuck to it. And this is the color code key that I'll be using. And so this is kind of how I'm going to organize everything in terms of my thoughts. So I added the square stickers I showed you that's in the cover, the front cover here on this side, so I can see, well, actually, no, these aren't the transparent ones that I showed you here. These aren't these. I have some in the back, which you'll see. And so these are all my colors. This is everything that I'll be writing in here. That's how I'll break everything down. So these are 3x5 color code keys. We do have the 2x3 as well. So these are fairly new to the shop. And so the bigger size just helps to be able to fit more in terms of writing. And then I have my study schedule. You guys saw that these are a new release to the shop. I have, these were made to be chore cards, but I told you there's a blank version as well. And so in this version, I was able to stick a to-do sticker there, and then I put that this is my study schedule. So this is how my study schedule looks for the week. So there's a lot going on in terms of what we have to study and prepare for. So I just stuck those there. And then this is specifically for my faith. It starts out saying on the cover, monthly meeting notebook. So that's how you can tell the difference between the two. The other one starts with this page, and it says it in the listing. It says faith planning inserts, and then the other one says JW workbook or something like that. So that says table of contents. That's where the general faith will be started. And then this is the other starting page. So that's that. And then this is my monthly. So on my monthly, on the left-hand side, I'm just tracking my reminders, like to do my Bible daily, my meditation, my prayer, to check in on friends, and then monthly to watch the broadcast, to check what's new on the website, to prep for ministry, and then just a little thing here that says always show love. And then I put all my meetings. I put Addison's Bible study, Malachi's stuff, family worship, all of that stuff is here. Sometimes I'll also write a scripture. So as you can see on Wednesday, since we have nothing besides our standard study stuff, I went ahead and wrote just the daily text for that day. So this is cool. This is the hub. This is where I start to see what I need to do on a monthly basis. And then I take that and I transfer it to certain parts of the weekly. It's not your typical weekly layout, which you'll see soon. And so that's kind of where that ends. Of course, if you decide to purchase these, it's going to come with the whole set. But because of the way I structured it, you can separate the monthly if you want. So this is April. And then I just used a little clip here to clip it to the next month. So that way, I don't know why, I think I just wanted to use one of those clips and to be able to quickly get to the month that we're in. All right, so I just got a few of those. And this is just a monthly. This is how if you just order a monthly inserts, this is how that looks. So I used the faith planning inserts for right here, and then I decided to just pop in some monthlies. All right, and then we have another protective sheet. And then we have our weekly study schedule, which is the same thing as that little card I just showed you. I just rewrote it on the card, but I like having this here as well. And then we get to this week. This week has some task cards here that I'm going to set up. I have faith-specific stickers in the shop, so I'll be using these to create my task cards. So I just kept them here until I get ready to do that. And then I also have some page flags, and then I have 2 of our clear cards here. Well, actually, these are our frosted cards. We have new frosted cards in the shop, as you can see. I think you can see that they're frosted. So I think I just have one here, and then I have one here in back of these stickers. So once I set those up, I'll show you guys on Instagram. All right, and then we have our new page markers. So these are clear page markers or frosted. I opted for clear. These are awesome because I don't think you even saw that this was here until I did like this. So it's great for being able to pop some things on. I do have this little page here that says how to meditate, and it has some questions that you can ask yourself pinned with a teardrop paper clip. And so this kind of gets me to my week. So once I start here, because eventually there'll be more weeks in here for the whole month, because these inserts go monthly and then week by week. You can order them the whole full set, and you can order additional pages as needed. And so this gets me to the current week. So I have my treasures prep. This is a whole entire meeting structure for the religious meetings that I go to. And so this is how things kind of flow. And so in certain parts of the planner, I have these inserts, which is going to be typically in my this week section. And then in other parts of the planner, I have the faith general inserts because I love those too. So this is where our meeting would end. And then I add some of our new meeting notes here. And these are great. I can cover up attendees and objective unless, I mean, I could use objective and then notes. So this can be general. Again, these were made for work planners, but you could use these here as well. And so I've got a few of those in here. And then we get to my daily text section, which is just a daily scripture. And we look at that via an app. And then I have a clear page with my word of the year for faith, which is consistency. And then we get to the daily text sheets. So this is where I come, I'll read the text, and then I will write out a little blurb about what I learned and how I can apply it. So I have the half sheets, and then I also have the full pages here. And that's all that I have in this section. And then we get to my ministry section. We do that every day of every week. We don't have, of course, it's optional based on your schedule, but we do it at least one day a week. For us, that's Saturday. And I'm trying to incorporate other days as well. That's why you saw my service schedule, which will be Wednesdays and Saturdays. And so this section is dedicated to that. I have a little pocket here for me to put a card in because from time to time we'll write thank you cards. And so I like to keep those in there. And then I have this little card that says, just breathe. It is gold foiled. I think I got this from Inkwell Press. Yeah, I got it from Inkwell Press. And then I have some addresses here for letter writing. I have a sample letter and more sample stuff behind here of what I could use for letter writing. We do write letters as well. So I have sample letter writing script, sample phone script, because we do call. And then I have just sample stuff, y'all, okay? Based on different things. Like we are in a whole pandemic. So of course the letter should be catered towards what's going on in the world. And so that's all I've got there. And then I just have some fill paper. So let me clip this back with our circle rose gold paper clips. And so then again, just more fill paper. And in terms of the ministry, when I do my letter writing, I have paper here at the back, just to skip forward a little bit, that doesn't have a punch on it that I can use for letter writing. So I just grab this out and that's what I use. So I keep that in the back there. And then we have just a little adhesive pocket here with some more 3x3 cards so I can write out next month's plan. I keep them here at the end of ministry. And then we get to goals. I do have this little happy planner sticker here that says, but first God. So I have that here. And then we get to the goal section. Now, the goal section is going to be changed to reference because I have goals, but they can all fit on one page. So I don't need a whole section dedicated to that, but I do need a section for reference material. And so I found these inserts, which are awesome. They are from a third-party vendor, so I'm not going to share them unless you ask me specifically via DM or something like that, then I'll send you the link. So this is the table of contents, and basically what these inserts are is they're breakdowns of the Bible. So they go through, all the way from Genesis to Revelation in terms of telling you what is in that Bible book. It has the numbers of chapters. It has the type, this one says history. It has when it was written. It has when it covers. It has the author. And this is really, really cool. I needed this. This is how my brain works. So it breaks down every single chapter of that book. And it gives you just a little blurb about what is contained there. And then it also has this little key here. Now, since I printed it on with just black writing, you can tell because I can tell some of it is gray and some of it is black. That's how I know. But this is very colorful. But it tells you the classic Bible stories. So the ones that are in the lighter gray is going to be the classic Bible stories. And the ones that are darker is just regular, data historical stuff. And so that's really cool that it does that. And then it also gives you the most popular verses here at the bottom. So this is awesome. And so what I typically do when I'm studying is I'll come here based on what I'm looking at, and I'll just look if I'm unfamiliar to see a little breakdown of what I'm looking at and what I'm referencing. And so that's why these are great, because it does every single book. And so again, let me know if it's something that you want me to send you, and I will do that. But this is so cool. And then this gets to the second part, starting with Matthew. All right, so that's what I have there all the way up into Revelation, as you can see. There you go. So that's it. That's just all reference stuff. So you can kind of see why I need this reference section. And then I have some tips for effective studying and for spiritual health. So I just pop that in. And then I started doing my own little breakdown of the different Bible books from something I saw on Pinterest. And then I found these inserts, but I'm still going to keep this in here because I like this. And it's just a great reference material. And so I have that here. And I love the way she had structured it. And so I'm going to do another one for, because this goes until, I think this is, let's see, this goes until, oh, Esther. Yeah, so I'll do another part of this as well. That's why I have another sheet in here. And then these are my goals. So this is all I really need for goals. And so I have those written there, and then I just have some more blank paper and grid paper. Then we get to ideas. I do have a little pocket here that I can stick in random things. And then these are all of my ideas, family worship ideas. So this is everything that I want to do. These are in the general faith inserts. And so these are everything that we can do as a family. And then if we've done it, I put the date here. If it's a project, then I check it off. That way I know I'll need something for it. So these are awesome. And then we also have the same thing for personal study ideas. So what I'm going to be studying coming soon is women of faith. And so I wrote in all of the scriptures I can use for reference for that. So that's my personal study, which I do according to my schedule that I showed you guys. Then we get to family worship. And typically what we do during family worship at once a month, around the beginning of the month, is we watch our broadcast, and that's via streaming online. So that's why you see these broadcast notes in here, because that's typically, we're going to do that every single month. And then whatever we do outside of that, I'll pop in some fill paper for that. And then we get to personal. So personal study of, this is where you'll see the women of faith when I start doing that. You'll see that here. I love the way this is broken down. It's very detailed. And so this is what I'll be using to do my personal study. And so we've just got several sheets of that. And then we get to publication study. And it's the same concept. Some of this stuff is a little bit different, but overall it's pretty much the same. So that this is if I'm studying out of a book, which we are doing right now, studying out of a book. But that's typically done on my weeklies because that's a part of our weekly meeting. So this is anything outside of that. And then we get to scripture study. And so what I'll be doing, let me start at the beginning. Well, first and foremost, these are from the Happy Planner. I had already written these out and I love the way they look. So I just popped it in a little pocket folder right here. And then we get to some other inserts that I just literally popped in. This has my schedule on the front. And I was popping this in every week in my old setup. And then on the back, I love these scriptures that I wrote out. So I just keep them in here. And then we had an intro to every Bible book via a video, and they're very informative. I love the way they're broken down. So what I have been doing was writing down all of those points from those videos. It's really cool. And so that's what I have here. I wrote the intro to Exodus and I was rewriting it. So this was the old one, and then I just rewrote it on that other page, or I started to rewrite it. So that's what I typically keep on those cards, and they will probably change to the reference section once I get that changed over. And then I'm going to be doing the Bible chronologically. And so I have these pages here that are going to help me with that. And so I have two different versions and they're pretty much the same. So that's what I've got there. And then I also have a different way that I may eventually do it, which is via these inserts right here, which are from our website, jw.org. So these are really cool. And so I just keep those all in this section. And then we have a scriptures to remember section of the scriptures section. And that's what these are. And then we have character study. So again, pretty much the same thing, except you see a little bit of a difference in terms of how the page is laid out. So that's when you want to study a specific character. So that's what I have here in this section. And I have multiple pages of those. And, you know, I changed things so much that, you know, that's why a lot of these pages are empty. This is pretty much a brand new setup. And then I go back and forth between doing things digitally, and then I say, you know what, I want to write it out. So a lot of stuff is already done. You know, it's just digital, you know, in terms of what I've been able to study. So that's why I'm trying to get into more writing, because I love to write and I love just seeing it on paper. And so I'll do an update later and show you guys some of the things I learned and kind of how things are progressing. So next section is historical. Again, the page is very similar in how it's set up. And this is if you want to do just a history lesson. So I have several of those pages in here. Then we get to the back where my pen is attached. I have a Tombow in whatever color this is, which is super pretty. I use this as a highlighter better. Then I have this pen here, which is the Papermate Flare. And then I have 2 sets of sticky notes with the gray header and the dot grid. And then this is the clear sticky notes. And then this is where I keep like stickers and random fill paper. So these are the stickers that I had been using for color coding. So these are awesome for that. So I have 2 pages of those and then just random fill paper. And then I have a pocket folder here with stickers if I wanted to do a spread or something like that. So I keep those there. Then again, I told you guys about my paper that I keep, and the pen that I use is the Sharpie S Gel in 0.7. And I love that pen. So that's why I've been using it, as you see, across all of my planners. And so this is how my Faith planner is set up. Again, she's so chunky and I got her in here perfectly, and I don't think I could add too much more. So that's why you saw a lot of sections had just a lot of fill paper and stuff. So I have lots of room to grow in here. I don't really need to add anything additional right now. And if I do, I'm gonna have to purge some things out and maybe create a separate Faith planner just to keep for reference. I won't be able to keep everything in here, especially the weeklies and stuff. That stuff is gonna have to be purged out into another planner. So that's what I typically do anyways, even when it comes to my other planners. So that is it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this flip through. Again, I did a flip through on Instagram, but some of you probably have not been able to watch that. A lot of you did watch that, but this I think was more detailed, and just to be able to see it all in one place as opposed to having to watch all the stories, I think is beneficial. So all of this is from Fancy Plans Co. I don't think I need to keep saying that, but just in case you were wondering, with the exception of the cover and some of the journaling cards you saw in the side pocket folder. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this flip through. I always love a good flip through. Hopefully you found something that maybe you want to pick up for your planner. And faith planning is very important to me. So if you guys have any questions on anything, let me know. Hopefully you'll give me a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it, and you'll come back by and you'll catch another video, in which case I'll see you guys then.